Well, good morning, everybody. It is Heidi Kaisend at Hidden Chick Studio in Conrad, Iowa. And we are glad that you are here with us this morning. Thank you for a little bit of time change. Sometimes life just gets in the way. We gotta go with the flow, right? So I'm a little bit later than I had thought I would be, but I am glad to be here, and I hope you are here with us as well. Certainly, as always, I love knowing where you are watching from. So get busy in the comments and ask me questions. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me if you have been shop hopping. We're in the second month. Let's see, today is the 12th, so we have 19 more days of the All Iowa Shop Hop, something like that. I think I'm close. Anyway, we have the All Iowa Shop Hop going on, so you still have time to participate in the All Iowa Shop Hop because it goes through the end of the month. We're also in the middle of the Row by Row event, the Row by Row experience, and we do have a free pattern for our Row by Row for that as well as a kit. So, when you're out shop hopping, be sure to ask our store as well as others if we're participating in the Row by Row experience so you can get your free pattern. So that is something that you might want to watch or look at. And good morning. I see people jumping on. We've got Wendy and Maria and Annette. Awesome. Some of our regulars. And Deb and Janice. Oh, yes, we've got Arkansas, Minnesota, Iowa. I love it. So good morning. We love reaching coast to coast as often as we possibly can at Hidden Chick Studio. So super glad that you are here this morning. I do want to point out we're handing out to our in-store customers, and we're trying to put stuff in our packages that are going out as well, a couple save the dates. So right now we're in the middle of the All Iowa Shop Hop and the Row by Row experience. All Iowa Shop Hop goes through July 31st. The Row by Row experience goes through August 31st. But then you're going to want to mark your calendars. We have the Blockpalooza that is going to be going on during the month of September. Save the dates. Just remember, we're going to be talking more about it as it gets closer. It is going to be in the month of September, $10,000 in prizes. And shops that are participating are Rainbows and Calico Things, Tilly's Quilts, Piecework Quilt Shop, Log Cabin Quilt Shop, The Little Red Hen, the Iowa Quilt Block, Heritage Designs, The Stitch, Wise Monkey Quilting, and Hidden Chick Studio. So a wide range from, I'll say coast to coast, but border to border here in Iowa. So you're going to want to mark your date for that. And then I have been wanting to do this for quite some time. This is going to be the Donut Shop Hop. Save the dates for November 3rd through the 5th. I've always considered that Hidden Chick Studio sits in the middle of a donut. So we're the donut hole, and I'm going to show you just a second. And so if you're not familiar where we are in Iowa, we're halfway between Waterloo and Des Moines. But when it comes to quilt shops, we sort of sit in a circle, kind of like a donut. And so I have called, and all of these shops are excited. I think that basically they all said, when I said the word donut, they said, okay, we're in. And I love it. And so these shops, so save the dates, November 3rd through the 5th, Mended Hearts Quilting and Boutique, Iowa Falls Sewing Machine, Crazy to Quilt Shop, ourselves, Brooklyn Hardware, Crazy Redhead Quilting, Off the Rails Quilting, and Quilting Connection in Ames. These shops, we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm working on some things that will be fun and special for the Donut Shop Hop. So save the date. And oh yes, Molly, it is raining here in Conrad too, and it's wonderful. We need the rain, so being able to have a rainy day is just fine with us. It's a great day to stay inside and sew. And I have just the project for you. Yesterday, 2 days ago, I've already lost track, I did an unboxing for some brand new embroidery kits. I now have them all on our website, including the 2 that we haven't received yet. There's 2 more coming in another shipment. I don't have them to show you here physically, but they are on the website. I love the idea behind the embroidery kits because it's everything you need except a scissors. And so, one great gift contained all in one, that if you're wanting to inspire somebody to get started with a little stitchery, a little handwork, a little project, a great way to get them involved with a kit like this. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you is the Marjorie flower brooch. So it includes the instructions, pins, needle, DMC floss, the felt that you need, a brooch back. So what you're going to need is a scissors, and hang on one second, that item is going to be coming up. There it went. There you go. And that is just a cute little brooch. When I look at some of these, I think they could be really cute appliques on a pillow. So I don't think they have to be just used as a brooch, like something you would wear on a coat or a vest or jacket or anything. I think they could be purse decorations. I think they could be turned into little pillows, little wall hangings. So all sorts of things that we could add to that. Okay, and the price on these, they are $19.95 for these little boxes. Okay, and so that one was Marjorie. This one is Mary Ann. Now, they all were made in Great Britain. And so I love the fact that on the back, when it says something else you'll also need, is you're going to need tea and biscuits. But yes, tea and biscuits. It is optional. But you know, what is your favorite snack while you're stitching? Is it a bowl of M&Ms, or come fall, peanuts and candy corn? Maybe a smoothie or an energy drink from our friends at Natural Grind? What is it that would make you happy while you were stitching these? So that is the second one. And then before I do that, I'm going to show you, it says that you need a pair of scissors. And I have to say, we're loving, and I can tell that the pink color must be one of the favorites, because I see all we have left is yellow and green, which are very happy colors, right? Or John Deere colors, I guess, if you're a tractor person. But the Super Snips are an inexpensive little item that are wonderful. We keep these up at the counter because they're so little, but to keep them in your embroidery kit. They have a little cover on them because they are nice and sharp. I'm going to get them right up there. Is it focused on that? Mm-hmm. And so it's just a nice little scissors, perfect for cutting the thread that you need from your embroidery stitches. Okay, so again, you can, if you say what color you want, we'll try our best to give you that color if you order those. So just make sure if you put those in your cart, put a note in that you want yellow or green. We'll do our best to help you with that. Okay, so there are also 5 other kits that we got in. These are $33.95, but again, everything you need except for the scissors is they're in here, right? So the first one I have here is You Are Super Duper. If you hang around with me long enough, you know I like quotes, I like sayings, because sometimes it's just what you need. And you are super duper today, and you need to maybe get this kit for yourself. So we've got You Are Super Duper. So it actually comes with a pre-printed cotton fabric. So all you're going to have to do is stitch around the letters. The fabric is actually navy already, and the letters are already colored. You don't have to do any of that. You just get to stitch around. So we've got the You Are Super Duper. Today I choose joy. Now, of course, you know I love to choose happiness, choose happy, but I'll take joy any day as well. Maybe I'll talk to them about doing a choose happy for us. But here is the I Choose Joy embroidery kit. Again, these are going to be great Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, great way to get somebody young involved with stitching. Maybe you're going to be traveling and you want to be able to travel with some with your items. Make your own magic. How often do I say this, Goldie in Virginia? Is that, you know what, sometimes we just have to work hard until we get it what we need, and I shouldn't say what we want, but what we need some days, and some days we have to work harder for that, right? Okay, so make your own magic. It's cool to be kind. This is wonderful saying and just a great verse to be able to stitch that, hang it on your wall. Hooped artwork in general is so popular right now. And I agree with Deb. They are cute embroidery kits. And trust me, I ordered a total of 9. I could have ordered, I think, all 49 or whatever it was that they had. So if you all like these, trust me, I'm going to be ordering more, and they'll be coming across the big body of water to get to us. And because they have different things, like this one I thought was a little bit different. It's called Wintertide, I believe is what it is. Yes, Wintertide. And it is more of a botanical. And here's a case where you could leave it just like it is. I think it's beautiful. But I also thought, wouldn't it be pretty for a monogram in the middle? I thought that would be really pretty to stitch something like that, or maybe do a little applique even at that point. But I think that one is a very nice piece as well, and that's Wintertide. All right. So those are the brand new items that we have at the store. Again, I did an unboxing of those the other day, but I didn't have exactly all, I didn't have any of it in the system, so I wanted to make sure that you saw it after I got it in the system. Because you know, all of you that are shop hopping, you have that special coupon on the back of your Bitty Chick gift that you're getting from us when you're shop hopping. So be sure and take advantage of that. All right, so all right, took those. The next thing we're going to talk about is our ALS fundraising that we're doing today. And I'm just going to put this up here so you can, again, see that address for us. We are on day 12, and we are approaching $14,000 of quilts that have been sold. 100% of the price of the quilts that we sell go towards a cause. And this is the 5th year that we've done that. This year, our cause is ALS, and we're giving the money in honor of Dr. Jim McMillan. Many people have asked, what's the connection? How, why, what is the deal here? Well, Jim is married to my cousin Ann, and Jim is responsible also for introducing me to my husband Jeff, and they're just very dear to us. Ann is like my big sister, and when you are faced with challenges like this that are overwhelming, and you wish you could do anything and everything to help, and you can't, there is one thing I know how to do, and that is I know how to inspire you to make quilts, okay? Every quilt that's made in the store is made specifically to inspire you as a customer, because we love the fabrics, we love the patterns, we want to show you how to use something, a pattern differently or fabric differently. We want to show you, how to, trade out darks for lights, brights for, warm tones. And we love that. And I hear every day when customers come in, the inspiration that they get from all of the beautiful quilts that are hanging here in the store. And I'll go back probably at this point 6 or 7 years ago, and I was folding up some quilts at home, and Virginia was helping me at that very moment. And she looked at me and she said, how am I going to know which quilts are important? And that really was a pivotal moment for me, that quilts stacked just because we had made them for the store didn't make sense. They have emotional meaning from the standpoint that we make them to inspire you, but they're not emotionally attached because I wanted to make every one of those quilts for myself, or I was making it as a gift, or my grandmother made it, or Goldie Virginia made it. Sometimes we just make quilts. And so jump back 5 years ago, I thought, what do I do with all of these quilts? Because they're beautiful, and everybody needs a quilt, right? Everybody needs a quilt. We talk about that a lot around here, is that just keep quilting because there are lots of people who need quilts. So I decided that it made complete sense to be able to give a little bit of love and kindness to others by selling our store samples. So 5 years ago, Jerry Splitgerber was working with us, and her husband had died recently of ALS. And so that year we started and we raised money for ALS in Dean's name, as well as we gave money to the BCLUW school district to help with lunch accounts that were not being paid. And we raised just under a total of $5,000 that year. I was shocked. It was wonderful, right? So we were able to split the money and give that to both of those causes. And so the next year came around, and the next year we helped a young, he was 4 at the time, so he must be 7 or 8 now, who was fighting cancer. The third year we helped a teacher who has a form of cancer. And the fourth year, last year, Peyton Pekarik, a young adult in our community that is fighting cancer as well. And so each year, we have raised more money by selling more quilts, and it is obviously I am providing the quilts, but you're providing the generosity and helping me spread the word. So whether it is that even if you can't buy something today or this month and you say, but I can pass this along, that's as valuable as purchasing a quilt, because it's just a matter of that we have to find the right people to buy the quilts. So this year it was a no-brainer for me to come back to that 5th year, to come back to ALS, since Jim was diagnosed at Thanksgiving time. And Anne and Jim are taking the attitude of gratitude. And it is just amazing to watch how they are walking through this journey that they're on. And so I have, if you have not seen, and if you go to this page, a few of the videos are at the bottom, more to come. But I've had a conversation with Beth Montpass about gratitude. Yesterday I posted a video that I did with John Richter about gratitude. There's a conversation with ALS as well on there. Again, a great way to hopefully inspire you to have gratitude today in whatever is going on in your life. So I want to take a few minutes to go. There are still plenty of quilts to sell, and I have to tell you that I love alliterations. Maybe that's because I'm an editor, right, by heart. So when we total up the first 4 years, we're at $32,500 roughly that we have raised and given away. Right now we're sitting at about $14,000, and so we needed another $3,500 to reach $50,000. Just one of those things. And my 55th birthday, which I'm grateful for, is next week. And wouldn't it be awesome to keep those fives going and to get to $50,000 total next week? Okay, get through it, right? So I'm going to show you some more quilts. They're all on the website. You can go here and see all of them, but sometimes it makes a difference when you see them in person. So let's get busy and let's see a few quilts. And I'll tell you about a few of them as we go. So this is one that's called Tulip Wheel, and I actually designed it and made it there. So it's a fun little quilt featuring some tulips. I love fresh flowers. So what size is this one, Goldie?
35 by 35.
Okay, and the price, can you say what the price is on there?
$200.
Okay, and I think a lot of these that I'm showing this morning are in that range of $200 to $250, so that you'll have that idea. All right, this one, And I'm going to put the pins right there, Goldie, just so I don't poke myself. I don't want to poke myself today. This is called Meant to Be, and it has a cat fabric in it. Or does this one not have the cats actually in it? No.
Well, it has the little print in the middle, the darker one.
Yes, this guy right here. This fabric right here has little cats in it, and the back of the quilt has cat heads on it. And it's a variation of a log cabin quilt. Very fun. Butterflies on the outside. So one of the things that I think is so important for people to know about this sale is that you don't have to be a quilter. You absolutely do not have to be a quilter. And that's why everybody needs to know about this sale. You literally can buy these items and put them to use the minute you get them. There's no making to be done, all of that. We have kits for that kind of thing, right? All right, we've got backyard happenings. And Goldie, if you want to say the price and the size. Well, I hold it up.
It is 39 by 44.5, and it's $200.
This has a panel in the middle. Backyard happenings. You see it okay there?
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Okay. And so it's got a panel. All right, now sometimes we make a quilt in more than one variation. So we have Tarrington is the fabric collection. Sticks and Stones were the was the pattern. I'm going to give you both of those. I'll lay those there. I'm going to lay all those there. Okay. And here is the cream version. Nice little wall hanging, a little bit larger table topper. And then here is the black version.
They're both $200 and 39 inches square.
Yep, and that's $200 a piece. And those of you who quilt know that the quilts, the prices are quite priceless because the work that goes into making a quilt is often quite much more than that. These are two quilts that I made, and they are out of the book Scrap School. I'm going to give you both of those again. And I just love how these turned out. This is using Jason Yenter's Groovy Garden. And this is like a smaller portion of the quilt that's in that book, which we're sold out of at this point, Scrap School. So that's the Jason Yenter Groovy Garden. And then this was, it says Flippia, but it is Pat Sloan's Fabrics.
I'm not exactly sure what the size is, but it's $200.
Well,
each one is $200.
And you know what? Let's take a quick. I can real quickly. They're roughly 48 inches square. Roughly 48 inches square. So there you go. You got the cream with Pat Sloan's Fabrics, and then you've got the black with the Groovy Garden. Okay. And just give those. All right. This is Triplets. It's a blue version. This is a Terry Atkinson pattern that is called Triplets because the reason it's called Triplets is that if you ever buy the pattern, there are 3 variations of what can go in the middle of this particular section. And so the Triplets is, again, this would make a great baby quilt. The size, I don't even know, but again, look at, you think I could measure because I'm right here, right? We don't have the size. 45 by 54, roughly. Okay? And then we've got a wonderful baby quilt. If you know somebody that's got a baby coming and you need a gift, this is going to be a great one. I can't believe actually that it's still here because usually the baby quilts go first. And so this is Noah and Friends. It's a little bit larger, but it's still wonderful. It's got that panel in the middle and then the wonderful fabrics. And I love the animals in the outer border in their little peepholes looking out. It's just a wonderful little character.
It's 53.5 by 69.5, and it's $300.
Okay. All right, this one is a fun little heart pattern. We did this as a stash buster, and it's got great little Valentine's theme if you want. Could be a wonderful wedding gift. Could even make it into a signature quilt if you wanted to add signatures onto it. But a nice little wall hanging, and it has hearts quilted into it as well. Okay. All right, the next one is Whimsy Cross Stitched. And this pattern is a Villa Rosa pattern. And what I liked about it is kind of the big squares, offers you an opportunity to put a panel in here or a bigger piece of fabric. And we loved this batik as a background, great way to use it. And the batik has spirals in it, so does the quilting.
It's 50 inches by 60 inches, and it's $300.
So as we look at each of these quilts, remember that there is only one of each of them. And so once they are gone, they're gone. We have about, I think when I looked the other day, 60 some items still left to sell. We're about not quite halfway through the quilts that we have, and we could raise a lot more money yet. So please help us with that. All right, stack of scraps. Make it a tongue twister for me. All right, and this is just a nice little throw.
It's 40 inches by 60 inches, and it's $250.
It's got a fun, happy fabric on the back. Okay, so this quilt, let me think about this. I see Deb Leto is on, trying to think who it was now. And you're gonna, oh, Marge, I think it was Marge. So you guys maybe don't know that I originally, when I left Meredith Corporation at Better Homes and Gardens, I went to work for the long arm company, APQS. And while I was working for Meredith, or for APQS, I decided, you know, what is my passion? What is my next thing? What is it I want to do? Well, I wanted to host retreats, because there is nothing better than women getting together, supporting each other, and being creative. And in all of our busy schedules, creativity is just, I think, essential to keeping our minds sharp, our hands, you know, moving, all that kind of stuff. So in 2010, I held, 2009, 2010, somewhere in there, I held several retreats at a retreat center. When that closed, then I went to a hotel. Didn't like the hotel part of it. Actually said, I'm not holding more in a hotel until I find a permanent place. That's how we got here, right? Okay, so I was busy hosting a retreat, and there were several ladies from Ames that I'm still friends with and I love that were there. And they were laughing at me because I was not getting anything done, because of course I was taking care of all of them. And so there was sort of this, Heidi, you can't get that done attitude. They're laughing at me. It was all in jest, trust me. And so I focused very hard and got it done before I went to bed so that I could have a project that was done. And trust me, it's super simple, okay? It's super simple. It's one of those like a stack and whack. You lay your fat quarter out, you cut it in half, and then you cut each half twice, and then you take one piece, you know, and change it so that all the blocks have the same pieces, you know, the pieces in them. Can you see that okay, Goldie?
Yep.
Okay.
You could probably go back a little bit more.
Back up a little bit. So go that way. You can see it now?
Yeah, that's good.
Is that good? Okay, hold on. We'll go try it one more time. Okay, so then one of the retreaters, Tracy, she was a professional long armer, and she said she would take it home and quilt it for me. I'm telling you, she upped the level of this particular quilt so much with her custom quilting. and it's absolutely gorgeous. And so there are beautiful feathers in the borders. To see if I can get detail. Flowers. It's just absolutely beautiful what she did. And it has sunflowers on the outer border, as well as the backing is also the sunflower fabric. Anyway, I love making quilts, but I decided that this one, if it could help raise a little bit of money for Jim, I would absolutely throw that one in. And so, oh, and Jan, yes, you were at one of those retreats. We were cooking for you. We had fun. My mother helped us a lot too. So see, we've been friends longer than we can even imagine, right? And good morning to Kathy. Love having all of you join us. So anyway, sidetracked a little bit about the making of that quilt. This is mid-century modern. This is a quilt I actually made for APQS, and it is a free pattern that we have online. So, nice little quilt.
46.5 by 54.5, and it's $250.
Okay. And then this is actually the exact same pattern of the one I just showed you, but it's called Lucky Charms because just fabric choices are different. So literally, you just saw that one, and now I'm going to show you Lucky Charms. Totally different look of the exact same quilt. So same size, same price. All right, here is another. Can't believe it's still here. Need to grab it for your grandkids or that baby coming. It is a wonderful flannel baby quilt. And it uses the pattern that we've had so much fun with. It's free on our website called Square Dance. So absolutely a great one to snuggle up in. All right, Corey Dantini is a designer that has a real whimsical look. This is a Halloween store sample that we had up when we had the panel and the fabrics for this quilt. So if you're looking for some Halloween decorations, this might just be the one you need.
It's $250.
Very good. And while I'm thinking about it, I should also just as a note, if you are a Red Bag Club member, you're going to be getting an email today about the July Red Bag Special. So be watching for that. I think it's scheduled to come out about 11 this morning. So if you so if you have not gotten that by the end of the week, you make sure, can't find it kind of thing, you make sure you let me know. But the Red Bag Special has to do with my birthday next week on the 19th. So, okay, here we go. Because why not celebrate by giving you a party? Okay, that's what we're going to do. All right, so this is Woven Treasures. Again, this is a free pattern.
It's 52 inches square, and it's $250.
Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, this quilt is absolutely stunning. It's called Stars Ablaze. And let me tell you, this is a value on getting this quilt. I'm not sure which way we can probably go either anyway. Just a wonderful, wonderful quilt. Lots of piecing in that.
It's 54 inches square, and it's $250.
And that is a free pattern too for those of you. It's kind of like a quilt show here that then you wonder if you could make it. That's a free pattern as well. And the last but not the least is What a Trip. And this is the quilt that Ann and Jim were holding the other day in the photo that we took of them when they were here in the store for a few minutes. A great batik pattern and wonderful trip around the world. And I love the fabric on the back, dragonflies. It's just a great piece there. So a wonderful, wonderful quilt. these are just a few. There's still more boxes. I'll probably show you a few more next week. But what we want to do is just to simply encourage you to, if you can't help us by purchasing one, forward this on, share it with somebody else, because there's somebody out there that's been looking for a quilt and would certainly be able to help us with the cause. So I hope that next week when we come back live, I can tell you that maybe on my 55th birthday that we've raised $50,000. Wouldn't that be exciting? So cross my fingers, see what we can do. Until the next time we see you, we hope you're creative, we hope you're having a good day, and that you're grateful for everything that we have. Bye, everybody.